Welcome back, everybody, to a mock draft here on the Blue Chip Scouting YouTube page. Co-hosting this Chicago Bears mock draft that we have for you here, and it's whopping 6 picks. Maybe we'll be able to acquire some more here. I am your co-host, Andrew Harbaugh. With me is Tyler Browning, my boss, and the ever so forgiving face of Chip Scouting. How are we doing, Tyler?
Not too bad. Saw a Dallas guy win the Masters. That was pretty cool. Other than that, doing pretty good.
Did you see? I didn't. Somebody tweeted this. Does Highland Park, since you're from the area, does Highland Park do anything except sports? Like, do they teach math, English, history, science, or is it just baseball, golf, and football? Because you've got Scheffler, Stafford, and Kershaw. Which you didn't know, Kershaw and Stafford were high school teammates at one point. I know that's never talked about.
They do teach curriculum, I can confirm.
Okay, well that's good. I'm glad that the kids are learning something other than sports that earn millions and millions of dollars. Because Lord knows Dabo Sweeney doesn't want them doing anything but like that. Anyway, moving on to this mock draft here today. Like I said, 6 picks here for the Chicago Bears. They don't have that many. They actually had 5 until they traded Khalil Mack away for what was pennies on the dollar. They have so few picks because they traded up last year to get Justin Fields, who now this roster is hoping to build around. And building is going to be the word because new GM Ryan Poles and new head coach Matt Eberflus, who came over from Indianapolis, and Poles came over from Kansas City. On paper, I think that's a bit of a stretch. That being said, they do have some pieces to work with. Obviously, Justin Fields, David Montgomery, Darnell Mooney, Cole Kmet. Those are all skill players that obvious important positions on offense. And then defense, you've got a couple. You good, Brown?
Yeah, you're cutting out a bit, so it's hard to tell whenever there's an actual pause or
Yeah,
it's a
hold on.
lag.
I'll fix. Okay, can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, I turned on my hotspot on my phone. So anyway, we'll just cut to the chase here. So yeah, they've obviously got their work cut out rebuilding this roster. So we're gonna be using the PFN mock draft simulator. Already got it revved up and going. Bears' first pick comes at 39. We'll get rid of this ad in the corner. So Chargers are already offering us something that I have zero interest in. I
Yeah,
don't know
no,
about
not
you.
at all.
And then again, I think zero interest here as well because it does not help us for this pick. So, okay. So we've got 39 here. Got an wow. We've got an interesting couple players available here. Obvious needs for the Bears. They would be wide receiver. They only have Mooney there. They lost Allen Robinson in free agency. According to PFN, it's offensive tackle, wide receiver, defensive tackle, cornerback, safety. So, Browning, your guy's kind of hanging out right here looking at us on the board.
He is, but I don't want him in Chicago.
Well, unfortunately, we're not picking for the Cowboys. So,
Well, I
but
know they wouldn't take him either, but I mean, I wouldn't think defensive tackles should be the first pick the Bears make.
I mean, I agree, especially considering how many picks they have. Um, I mean, we can look at so if we go offense here. I mean, you want to build around uh, Fields, obviously. So you've got Jahan Dotson there, who's really like the big name. You've also got Alec Pierce. He's got a couple fans, one of them being me here as well. I don't think they need running back. Obviously, they've got David Montgomery. Tight end, they've got Cole Kmet, who they're very happy with. Tackle is another need. Got Tyler Smith, Bernard Raymond here, kind of hanging out. I think those are two. excuse me, maybe worth considering. Where are you leaning, Tyler?
Um, excuse me.
Man, we're all coughing.
Dotson is the highest player on my board, but I think he's fairly similar to Mooney. They can both go up and extend their arms away from their frame, make catches. I don't know if you want two sub 6 foot receivers starting for you on a consistent basis.
Yeah.
I think Ryman here is actually good value, honestly. I know he's
Yeah.
raw, but I have a second rounder on him. Like, it's a perfect spot for him.
Yeah, and I think too that obviously Chicago's not looking to do anything like flash in the pan right away. If it happens, great. If not, so be it. I think Ryman's obviously a great look to the future. Well, here's
This is
something
intriguing.
interesting. Man, so okay, you fall back 12 picks, and then you move up nearly
Almost
90.
100.
Yep. Yeah. So I would accept this.
Yeah, I would too.
Okay. So we'll do that. So 60. So we'll look at all here.
Dotson almost made it to us again.
So we've got everyone's favorite linebacker, Troy Anderson here. We're looking at. Um, Trey McBride, obviously, we said they have Cole Kmet. Cameron Thomas, who's the hockey player turned Mountain West Defensive Player of the Year. Tarek Woolen, everyone's favorite track star from the Combine and Senior Bowl player. Anything you're seeing here?
What's their edge room like?
What's their who?
Their edge room.
I know they just lost Khalil Mack, so it can't be as good as it was before.
I'm eyeing Boye Mafe.
Yeah, I mean, that would make sense, would it not? I'm pulling it up here right now. I should have this up beforehand. So they have Akeem Hicks and Mitch Unrein and Jonathan Bullard and Roy Robertson Harris. You know what? I think Boy Mafe sounds fantastic here.
Yeah, I'm taking him and now looking back.
Yep, so now we can. I don't have any interest in this Browning, but again, I always defer. Okay. And nope, we're never trading with the Rams because they have enough. Yes, in layman's terms. So let's see what I want to see what receivers are here.
Jalen Tolbert? I haven't watched him, but
Yeah, he.
wait, when's our next pick? Because I'm looking at Justin Ross.
Is there anywhere I can click to
Pause draft to maybe propose a trade?
Oh, there you go. What are you thinking? We'll just pick Bengals for the hell of it. So 71 to 91, and then 148 and 150.
So we can probably get Ross at 91. Consolation prize is Eric Izunkema, and he's not bad.
Right. I feel like every time we do these, we always focus in on like, oh, hey, this person's available around here. We can take advantage of it. I mean, hear me out on this. So their safeties, this fantastic computer would go. Holy moly. Okay. They have that obviously Adrian Amos and Eddie Jackson there. Amos has been around for a while. I mean, do you flirt with the idea of taking someone like Nick Cross, who's available here, or a Logan Hall?
If I'm not
sure
mistaken, Amos is more of a strong safety, right?
they have him listed on our lads just as a safety. So I mean, I would agree that he's the strong safety. Eddie Jackson's definitely the free for
Yeah,
as much
Nick
as
is more
Eddie
of a
does.
free safety as well. At least he's in that
Okay.
mold.
Okay. So what about Logan Hall here? Because I mean, middle of the line they've got Eddie Goldman, and that's it.
Logan Hall
Because
sounds,
Hall,
but what does the interior of their offensive line look like?
not very good. I don't know. So they've got Joseph Sitton, Cody Whitehair and Kyle Long.
Kyle Long's pretty old, right? And Whitehair's getting up there too.
Oh my gosh, this is from. Hold on a minute, Browning. I was like, Kyle Long is not here.
He's got to be really old.
Well, he signed with. Oh my god, it was an art. I'm so mad at myself. Okay, because I was like, Amos is a free agent.
Cody Whitehair, Lucas Patrick, and Dakota Dozier.
Honest to God. They don't have Amos. I was right there. Oh my god. Okay, we're just gonna ignore that part. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, and then in the middle of the defensive line, they've got Devin's favorite guy from BYU. He's hyped up. Is the big cinder block, Kyrus Tonga, and then Justin Jones. So I think interior line of one side of the ball or the other is definitely the way to go. Where would you be leaning here?
If Ed Ingram and Cole Strange, both are
I
good.
was gonna say Cole Strange is where I initially eyes went to.
Yeah,
I'll let you pick which one.
I haven't gotten to Cole Strange's film, but I have a second on Ed Ingram. I think he's really good.
Okay, well then we'll take your guy here. Pound the table for him, Ed Ingram. That way we help Justin Fields a little bit. You get Tevin Jenkins back as well. I mean, in real life, you'd probably take this pick, but obviously now we're trying to get picks in. And oh my god, yeah, same thing there. But again, okay, so at 91, let's see if your boy Justin Ross and David Bell are both here, and then so is Eric as well. Eric, do you want to take your guy Ross?
I mean, I haven't watched Eric. If you have, feel free to speak up. But yeah, my pick would be Ross.
Okay, we'll go with Rustin Ross here. Get him a little bit of bigger help here on Sun Mooney. So now we got to wait a little bit here, and I believe we only have, I think, 2 picks left.
Jeez, Thank God is off the board.
Yeah, these are our next 2 picks. The 2 of the next 3 picks are it for us after this. So we'll look at the big board here. We got everyone's favorite tight end, Charlie Collier. Got Damian Pierce, Rasheed Walker. I would like him a lot. To kind of be opposite Jenkins if they want to roll that way. On the other side, outside of Jenkins, they've got Larry Borum. But Walker plays with just I want to mess with you type of attitude. So as he has the famous clip out that I believe Dane tweeted out of him thrusting into another player after pancaking him, which is hilarious at the same time. Concerning, but my initial thought would be going there. Browning, do you have any other direction you want me to check for you?
We haven't gone into your defensive line yet, have we?
No.
Let's look there. But yeah, I like the idea of Rasheed.
So we look at defensive line. This is where we're looking here.
Nah.
I feel like it's pretty well picked over at this point.
Yeah, I'm good with Rasheed.
Okay. He's been doing a lot of visits. He's been getting a lot of top 30 visits actually. So the Walker, Collier goes to Carolina for Cam Newton or whoever is under center thrown to them. So out 150. Now hear me out on this too, just to kind of pitch it. What about Pierre Strong here to be a nice little compliment to David Montgomery? Obviously, they want David Montgomery to be the guy, and he is the guy. But he's missed some time here and there. I mean, they've had to use Tariq Cohen and that in the past. He is very good, but I mean, Pierre Strong, I think, would be a real nice kind of like how your Cowboys with Zeke and Tony Pollard kind of get a little bit of mix of both in that way. You know what I mean?
I would like it if they didn't take Khalil Herbert last year.
Yeah, that's true. Herbert's, yeah, and Herbert's kind of like that more.
He's a Tony Pollard
He's played
type.
well when he's been put in. So yeah, that's fair. Good point. Um, so where would you be wanting to go here then? You've got
Um,
Sterling Weatherford from Miami. You've
Sterling
got
Weatherford is catching my attention.
that's what I
Let's look,
figured.
let's see. Let me look at the depth chart real quick. What about linebacker? Because the only name I recognize on the depth chart is Roquan Smith.
So linebackers, we've got
Oh,
these folks available.
I just watched James Houston the other night, and he was not good.
Yeah, it's I like that Jackson State and Nicholls State and a couple other HBCUs are getting some names into the draft. It's great. Um, I the only they're who was it? Akil Glass is the only one that's really caught my eye, but obviously where we're at in the fifth round and the team, that doesn't really make a whole lot of sense because that's a quarterback. But um,
Let's
yeah,
see
linebacker as a whole is very, very top heavy this year.
what about cornerback? They have Kendall Vildor starting and Jalen Johnson.
You got Castro Fields here. You've got Joshua Williams, who some people like a lot out of Fayetteville State. Chase Lucas, obviously, I think that'd be a bit of a stretch there. I mean, that's a name some people are throwing out. Marcus Jones. Who was it? Somebody just had Marcus Jones as a top five corner. Was it our boy Chris Sims?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. So yeah, it'd be up to you what you want to do here.
Um, they have Tavon Young at nickel, so I think he's fairly new to Chicago. Let me check. Yeah, he just signed with Chicago, so the Marcus Jones is out. I haven't watched Castro Fields. Do you know about him?
I don't know, despite the fact that I work for Nittany Lion Wire. Look here, 6 foot, 197 pounds, had a 9.7 RAS score, 35-inch arms, according to Penn State. They said they didn't have an official length. I know Joshua Williams, like I said, he's 6'2", 195, a little bit bigger. Big school talent. Walk down his opponents. I mean, that'd be somebody. I mean, if you're Chicago, I think Joshua Williams is somebody you'd throw the dart on and see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't hate him opposite Jalen Johnson. I think they both have fairly long arms, if I remember Jalen correctly.
Yeah, Jalen coming out of Utah, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he came out that year. They had Julian Blackman. They had a bunch of good defenders, like a Fotu. Um, yeah, no, they had a bunch of good measurables, good testing, and all that stuff. So the whopping 6 picks we have here, I'm honestly pretty happy with this. So you got two tackles you kind of threw the dart on. I know he took Raymond early, but obviously Jenkins, you still don't know what's going to be with him and his back. I think that's a very good insurance policy to get Walker later as well, especially for the value. Boy Mafe, get edge, kind of replace that Khalil Mack role as best as you can. Hope he can develop into whatever. Ed Ingram, Browning's guy here, got a second round grade, got him. I think that'd be what, the third round.
Third round, yeah.
And then Justin Ross to complement Mooney on the outside, give him a little bit bigger option. And then Joshua Williams, as we just said, our flyer corner. I'm pretty happy with this, Browning.
Yeah, I mean, they don't start off with a high pick, so they're not going to get a premier tackle. Raymond has a lot of talk going first round, so him falling to second is as much as a home run as it could be for Chicago.
Yeah, and I think with Raymond too, it's gonna be one of those things where it's somebody's just gonna have the guts to kind of take him. I think, because obviously he is a project, but I think that's why like we've got a couple projects here. if you're the Bears. You're not in it to win this year. You're in it for the long haul. I mean, you've got 4 more years of Justin Fields. I don't think you want to waste them, obviously, but I think within the next year or two, you would have a pretty clear picture on what your situation is at tackle. So, yeah, I think that would be pretty good then, Browning.
Yeah, I mean, this is ideal as it can get, in my opinion.
Agreed. Agreed. Well, that is it for this one. We've got tomorrow, Browning, who's up on deck here for teams.
Tomorrow we have the LA Chargers.
LA Chargers. So there. So we go from one team with no picks and completely rebuilding to one team that's going to fight like hell in probably the most loaded division in football that we've seen in some time. So be sure to hit subscribe, turn on the bell so that way you know when these mock drafts fall. We appreciate everybody for checking in. Until later, this is Andrew, my buddy Tyler here, my boss Tyler, wrong B word, and we will see you all with the Chargers.